What's good, Commanders fans? Just want to come at you guys with a quick video. So Michael Gallup, the Commanders are hosting Michael Gallup. This is per rap sheet per Ian Rappaport. They will be hosting Michael Gallup tomorrow, which is Tuesday, for a visit. So, I mean, I guess he'll be the De'Ami Brown replacement if he does even make the roster, because I'm looking at his numbers. He actually retired. He went to the Raiders and he retired. And he's going to come back. And, of course, he has the familiarity with Dan Quinn. We know we do a lot of familiarity signings. Laramie Tunsil is not a familiarity signing at all, or trade at all. Like, that's somebody that there's not a lot of ties that you could be like, oh, he was with the Niners, with the Cowboys, with the Seahawks, or anybody. Like, yeah, that's legit just like, hey, I want to just go get talent. I want to get better. And that just because you're signing a Cowboy or former 49er doesn't mean you don't want to get better. That's not what I mean. But like they saw talent. They're like, hey, we got to go get that. So regardless of having a relationship in the past or whatever. Now this situation here, Michael Gallup, which is going to be a depth signing, it's definitely a relationship signing in my opinion with Dan Quinn. Knowing him, and it's fine. Like I said, Tyler Biadasz has been awesome for us from the Cowboys. Noah I had a good season last year. Norris Armstrong had a solid season. Zach Ertz, familiar signing with Cliff Kingsbury. So we just know how this works. So that's why this is going to happen. I think they do end up signing Michael Gallup. Does he make the 6 or 7 receivers that we have? Does he make the roster? Who knows? What does this mean for Noah Brown? Who knows? What does this mean for OZ? We'll see. In the next coming days, do we sign Amari Cooper? Do we sign DeAndre Hopkins? Guys that are still out there. There's a lot of receivers that are still available at this point. I do need to see the updated because I don't think a lot of receivers have really signed a lot of deals. I know Josh Palmer has been signed, and he's really more like a mid-tier receiver. So I got to look at the receivers who else is available, who's out there. But let's talk about Michael Gallup here. So 2023, he had 418 receiving yards, which is more than De'Ami Brown. De'Ami had 300 receiving yards. 2022, Michael Gallup had 424 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Once again, more than De'Ami has had ever in his career. And I'm not bashing De'Ami. I'm just saying, like, he probably is going to be the De'Ami Brown replacement. 2021, he's been pretty consistent with getting 400 yards. He had 445 receiving yards in 2021. 2020, he had 843 receiving yards. That's 5 years ago now. And then 2019, he had 1,107 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, which is now 6 seasons ago now, or 6 years ago. His rookie season, he had 507 yards. And he always did a good job against us. I'm not gonna lie. Like every time he played against us, he either got a touchdown or he did something. He did something impactful. So like he's a good player. Like he's a good route runner. He's a good number 3. That's what he was on the Cowboys. Like they had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. He was the number 3 guy. Like he's always been that number 3 receiver. And I think here he would be the number 4 option. I think we need to sign, like I said, either Slayton or one of those guys, Westbrook-Akina, or DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper. And Michael Gallup would be your 3rd or 4th option. And then, Luke McCaffrey would fall in where he falls in. And then you either re-sign Noah Brown or OZ to the roster. Then you have like Mitchell Tinsley on the practice squad and Bryson Tremaine, or you draft a receiver. And that basically is going to be your receiving room. I think they're bringing him in for a visit with a purpose and a reason. I don't think they're going to play around with him and play around with his time. 6'1", 198 pounds. 3rd round, 81st overall. So let's see if he really is serious about coming back, which I think he is. Where's the article about him like investing and coming back and stuff like that? But I know he was with the Raiders and then he retired. And I saw that. I was like, dang, like the Raiders literally just signed him. And then he retired. So yeah, March 7th, Ian Rappaport said former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup, who abruptly retired last offseason, intends to make a comeback per his agent, Kevin Robinson. The Raiders released him from the reserve retire list today for that reason. He's still just 29. So, yeah, he's still 29. Like, he's still under the age of 30. So, he does have a little bit left in the tank. Like, I'm seeing some highlights right now. It's back in 2020 when no fans were in the stands. Remember that time, 5 years ago. That's when we made the playoffs, too. But, yeah, I've always liked Michael Gallup, man. Like, he's just the tough guy. Like, he's not a sexy receiver, but he makes some tough contested catches. He makes some tough plays, solid route runner, and I think he can really give you basically what De'Ami gave you. Like I said, I mean, even his worst seasons, he had more receiving yards than De'Ami Brown. Like De'Ami Brown had a heck of a playoff appearance, and that will go down in history. Like he will go down in Commanders history forever for that catch against the Lions and the touchdown catch against the Buccaneers. Like he will go down in Commanders history for sure. And congrats to him for signing with the Jaguars. And we will see another documentary from Diami for sure. So I'm excited about that. And then Michael Parsons, he did say, what the F? He said, WTF when we traded for Laremy Tunsil. So that's how you know that was a good move. That's how you know that was a good trade for sure. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Michael Gallup. This is definitely going to be a Dan Quinn signing here. And like I said, I mean, Jaden Daniels has made guys better. Like, he's revived careers. He just basically got De'Ami Brown paid. Like, De'Ami Brown should send a thank you card to Jaden Daniels for getting him paid and throwing him the ball like that in the playoffs. Zach Ertz just got paid again because of Jaden Daniels. Who else just got paid? All these coaches that we have on the coaching staff have gotten interviews, not just because of Jaden, but Jaden definitely is the main reason. Like, all these coaches, Tavita Pritchard and the other guy who is David Blow, and who Brian Johnson, Anthony Lynn, all these guys got coaching interviews because Jaden had a heck of a season. And players see that and they want to come here and revive their careers. Austin Eckler revived his career here. He had a good season. Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner. So many guys that I can name that are over the age of 30 or close to the age of 30 that revived their careers here last season with Jaden Daniels being quarterback. So, all right, you guys, as always, you guys let me know what you guys think. We'll see if they make a move at about 10:30 or something like that. Let's see what happens with Marcus Mariota. I know he's still out there. Dante Fowler, they may resign him. We'll see. I highly doubt it. Noah I and Charvarius Ward is off of the board, but I think Byron Murphy is still available. So we need to sign a cornerback. We really need to sign a cornerback. That's what we need. We need to sign a corner. And Byron Murphy, I think, is the top option out there. And I think they should try to make a move and try to sign Byron Murphy. Now, I know we need safety with Jeremy Chin being gone. But at the same time, like we gotta some of the best remaining players on the NFL. I don't know, getting tongue tied on the NFL free agency market right now. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs. I'm not really in on Stephon Diggs, but it is what it is. If we sign him, we would get better because he's a good player. Asante Samuel Jr., Amari Cooper, cornerback Russell Douglas. I do like him. Defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. I would take a look at him. Kendall Fuller. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. Darius Slayton, like I said before. Keenan Allen, no, but he's still a good receiver. Von Miller is a guy that we might end up with. Joey Bosa, reportedly, we're interested. There's rumors about Joey Bosa, us getting him. Stephon Gilmore, you guys know I've always liked Stephon Gilmore. Mike Hill, Zadarius Smith is a guy I think we could try to pick up. Chase Young is still available. Brandon Sheriff, wouldn't mind him as a backup, but he's going to want to be a starter. Justin Simmons. Evan Ingram, I would love to sign him. Matthew Judon, I'll pass. Deontay Johnson, I'll pass. Tyler Conklin, possibly as a backup to the backup to the backup. Nick Chubb, I wouldn't be mad at that, signing him. Mike Williams, I'll pass. Tyler Lockett, I'll pass. Elijah Moore wouldn't be bad. Marcus Valdez-Scantling wouldn't be a bad number 4, number 5 option. Brandon Cooks, number 4, number 5, 6 option. Westbrook Akini, I already talked about him. Marcus Mariota is available. We need to sign him back as a backup, in my opinion. And that's really it. Cooper Rush is last thing before my camera cut off. Joey Bosa. There's a rumor that we're interested in Joey Bosa. That's on the NFL Rumors Twitter page, so you gotta take that with a grain of salt. But we'll see. Like, it makes sense because the defensive end pass rusher options are really dwindling. Like I said, it's either Zadarius Smith or that's really it. Josh Sweat is gone. Chase Young is still available. I'll pass on Chase Young. And that's really it, man. Yeah, Charles Amehu, Joseph Asai. Like, the edge rusher options are really not, there's not a lot. I mean, unless you trade for Trey Hendrickson. But if you're not trading for Trey Hendrickson, we just traded a bunch of picks. So are you going to trade another pick? So that's the question mark there, man. That's the question mark. Are you willing to Matthew Judon? I'll pass on him. Azeez Ojulari, who I do like Azeez, but Azeez didn't get a lot of pressure last year. He did get sacks, but he didn't get a lot of pressure consistently last year. Joey Bosa hasn't really had a great season, and he's been pretty injury prone for the most part. He hasn't had a Joey Bosa type season in a while. Like, he's really just living off his name right now. 5-time Pro Bowler, 2016 Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's really living off of that last couple seasons. Like, if you look at 2024, he made the Pro Bowl, but he had 5 sacks, 6.5 sacks in 2023. in only 5 games played in 2022. So that's it on Joey Bosa. All right, guys, Health Commanders. Peace.